So now, let's meet the 2026 Women of Vision honorees. First, Kate Beyda is our first honoree we're going to be recognizing. In her role as Executive Vice President of Physical Production at New Line Cinema, Kate Beyda leads the studio's global slate of theatrical and streaming films, a driving force behind some of the most successful and beloved movies of the last 2 decades, which, what are you, 22? So how's that work? She has overseen productions including The Conjuring and It franchises, Mortal Kombat, San Andreas, The Hobbit trilogy, and blockbuster comedies such as Elf, Game Night, and Wedding Crashers. I know, everybody's so excited. Her career spans independent film, Disney Touchstone, and senior studio leadership with projects that have defined genres and captivated audiences worldwide. She is a member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and the Directors Guild of America. She also teaches a graduate level course at UCLA titled Physical Production for Creatives. Kate Beyda has blazed a trail and created an incredible pathway for women in the industry, and for this, we acknowledge her as a woman of vision. Kate, please accept your award. Our next honoree is Cheryl Ottenritter. As senior mixer and founder of Odd House Audio, Cheryl has over 20 years of audio post experience. She has been honored to mix in the most prestigious audio studios on both coasts, working on projects for PBS, National Geographic, Smithsonian Channel, and Discovery Channel. In 2006, Cheryl, with her business partner and husband, John Ottenritter, launched Odd House Audio, now one of the premier audio studios. Cheryl specializes in mixing for Dolby Atmos. Did I say that right? Okay, good. And has a niche specialty of mixing for installed immersive sound experiences, which we will learn more about. Her diverse experience also includes feature and short form documentaries and mixing national advertising campaigns, promos, and branded content for various NGOs. A member of both the Motion Picture Sound Editors and the Cinema Audio Society, Cheryl is an adjunct professor at American University in the Audio Technology program. For her brilliant contributions to media and her dedication to media makers, we honor Cheryl Ottenritter as a woman of vision. Cheryl, please accept your award. Rounding out this amazing group of women, we have Phylicia Rashad. An accomplished actor and stage director, Phylicia Rashad became a household name when she portrayed Claire Huxtable on The Cosby Show, a character whose enduring appeal has earned her numerous honors and awards. Other television credits include This Is Us and Empire. And while television was a catalyst in the rise of Ms. Rashad's career, she has also been a force on the stage. In 2016, she was inducted into the Theater Hall of Fame. She has received both the Drama Desk and the Tony Award for Best Actress in a Play for her performance in the 2004 Broadway revival of Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun. Also respected in the academic world, Ms. Rashad is Dean Emerita of the Chadwick A. Boseman College of Fine Arts at Howard University. Not the HU. Come on, y'all. She has also conducted master classes at many colleges, universities, and arts organizations. Ms. Rashad continues to delight TV viewers, move theater goers to tears, and thrill movie fans. For her accomplishments in media, on screen, on stage, and behind the scenes, as well as her continued work to give back through education and mentorship, we honor Phylicia Rashad this evening as a woman of vision. Ms. Rashad, please receive your award. Ladies, please join me on the stage. The other honorees, please join me on the stage and take your seats. Okay, well, thank you. Welcome, ladies. I'm so honored to be here to ask you fun questions tonight and let the audience get to know you a bit. They won't be hard, I promise. I promise. Just all the burning questions we've been wanting to know. I'm going to start with you, Ms. Rashad. You have navigated between television, film, and stage seemingly effortlessly. Does it feel effortless to you? And do you have a favorite?
You did use that word seemingly.
I did.
The craft is the same. The objective is the same as an actor for me. Okay, it's always the same. There's technique in different media, yes. But whatever it is, you want to play in it naturally, right? Yeah. And so that's the goal. So I'm always looking for that, the most natural expression in whatever it is I'm in.
You don't have a preference between film, stage, television?
Each has their value, you know?
Yeah.
There was one little thing. They said,
there is one thing.
Now let me see how this went. It said that film was art. Theater is art. Film was money. Mm. And television was furniture.
Furniture?
I mean, that's a very snobbish way of looking at what one does. I find value in all three. Truthfully speaking, I find value in all three. As we listen tonight about our other honorees, you see what goes into the creation of film and television. It's, you don't think about that when you're watching it, but it takes a whole universe to make it happen. And that's fantastic. That's amazing. Theater is the same. It's smaller, but it takes a community. It takes a whole.
You know, the first word you said in your video was collaboration, and that really resonated with me. Cheryl, I have a question for you. You have music degrees from Auburn University, jazz studies and music composition, which is impressive. Was it your love of music that drew you to sound? And if not, what was your inspiration to work in sound?
I think it was my love of sound that drew me to music.
Uh-huh.
So it's
wow.
Like the opposite. I didn't realize it until later in life, but I love music and it drives me and it's in the soul as it should be. But I think that it was misunderstood. I was misunderstood. It was misunderstood. I mean, I always loved music and I wanted to perform and everything, but I did find myself when I found sound. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Can you all hear her okay? Okay,
sorry.
good.
I can be louder. I'm a loud person by nature. So
no.
Yeah.
No.
DB11.
Kate, you mentioned in your video that after taking your class, Some of your students move away from creative to work in physical production. It all feels creative to me. So how do you differentiate it?
Oh boy, she did not preview these questions. I just want to be clear. You know, I believe everyone in film and television and theater is creative. You're either in front of the camera or you're behind the camera. I think that most of the people in physical production are people who were in front of the camera in one way or another, and one day woke up and thought, there's something else I need to do to be in this business and to be productive in this business. And they find a craft, if you will, but the contribution is creative on every level from everyone. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Ms. Rashad, I have to share this story with you. So when you were starring in August Wilson's Gem of the Ocean in Los Angeles, I brought a group of my acting students to see you. And for many of them, young people of color, it was the first time seeing a professional stage production. And we were unfortunately surprised by how few of them were in the audience. But they were blown away. Not just because of the exceptional production quality, but specifically your performance. They watched every move you made. There was a hand tremor that your character had. Every word choice, every inflection, the way you stayed in character at all times. I know you're a professional, but for them, this was a big deal. You inspired them that night to be better, to be more excellent because of your performance. How consciously aware are you when you're not just entertaining an audience, but transforming them, especially in live theater? You mentioned, your quote in your video said, the value of art to humanity. How often are you consciously aware that they're not just being entertained, but I'm transforming them right now?
Well, if I thought like that, I'm transforming people. I couldn't do what I do. That's it. You just did, right? So I'm engaged in finding the heart of a human being. I'm engaged in that. And that's my engagement. And I think that there's so much to be said about heart connection. When we move in this space and we move from this space, one doesn't have to make the conscious decision or be aware of touching people. We share the heart. All of us do. And so it happens quite naturally.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. Cheryl, you specialize in immersive and spatial audio, and you're known throughout the industry for your unique approach, creating intricate soundscapes for installed environments and experiences. Isn't that a mouthful? But it's impressive. But for the laywoman, can you help us understand what that means?
Wow. Okay. Am I loud enough? I can be louder. It's wow. It's watching animatics or looking at scripts or whatever people give me and envision a world that they want to create and create it. I don't know any other way to say it. I know that's very vague, but it's from, it varies from project to project, but it's very authentic most of the part. Like if it's for a museum or for a specific show, it has to be very authentic. It can't, like for instance, doing something right now for a specific battle, we had only like 3 weapons we could use and sound design from and place and stuff, and also creating the world in which you sit and you then become part of it instead of just listening to it. That's the real part of it. I could get really technical and happy to if anybody's interested, but I won't bore you with all those details at the moment. But basically, it's just closing your eyes and envisioning what it's going to sound like, and then opening it to the visuals that they give you and make sure that they mesh.
That was brilliant. We got that. We understood that. Yes. Yes. Kate, I liked your quote about working on a movie and seeing what every single person does and figuring out what resonates with you. Is that how you discovered your calling?
No. I fell into this business. I had absolutely no intention of being in the business. It just happened courtesy of my brother. But what I mean by that, honestly, is if you want to be a chef, we have caterers. If you want to be an artist, we have painters, and we have builders and sculptors. If you want to be a doctor, we have medics. You can do anything you want to do in this business. It may not be what people define as the doctor, but it is important, and you can do anything. You just have to try on shoes, and if they don't fit, you take them off and you put on another pair, and eventually you find the right pair of shoes. And that's what happened to me. I just bounced around and did a million different things. I was even an agent for 8 months, but we don't talk about that. And I found my way into production, and I love it, and it's all I've ever done. So,
This question is for all of you. You all have such an impressive body of work. Do you ever still get underestimated? When we see this, we're all blown away. But do you ever still get underestimated? Anyone can answer.
I don't think I do, but I might be underestimated. No, I think we're all professional women who've worked hard to get to where we are, and we appreciate our own value, I hope, and that's what makes other people appreciate our value.
I do have to say that you're correct, but as a technical person, I constantly get underestimated because of the voice, because of my image. Lately, not so much, but definitely the first 15 years, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that it's something of value to say that, you do get underestimated. I've been underestimated my whole career. So,
But less now, right?
oh yeah, less now.
I think we're all underestimated in the beginning.
Yeah, I totally agree, but it's still something, and it's still something to fight for. It's not something that's done, if that makes any sense. Like, I just want to be very clear that it's very much a fight that women in technical roles have to fight all the time, and that it's not something to be overlooked. And I hope that the generation coming up has less to fight for. That's really what I have to say.
Ms. Rashad, do you have anything to add?
I'll just say my experience has been that people don't always think that I think the way that I do. Because of what you read about actors, and how that can frame one's understanding of what a human being is, who is an actor, what they care about, and what they think about. And I've experienced that. But you know what? I grew up with a mother who was a poet, and she was a scholar. She was classical pianist. She was aesthetic cultural activist, and she didn't have a role model. And so I grew up watching her move through these different spaces and achieve a lot. And she was always underestimated because she was a woman and because she was beautiful, and that was supposed to be enough. I told the truth, the bell rang. Yeah, right? Yeah, you know, these things can happen. But it didn't deter her, and it didn't define her. So, you know, I think, you know, okay, what you see is what you get. And I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. Not now. Yeah, no, you're right? Yeah. Yeah.
You're all in senior positions. You either have your own company or you're super high in a studio, or you are a director where you're calling the shots. How much of that is what gives you the ability to not be underestimated or to break through that glass ceiling, that ownership piece? Because that's one of the questions that people have. How do we navigate that? Should they be looking to have their own? They need to learn. They need to start under someone. But is that the way to have the greatest availability, the ability to say yes because you're leading your own projects? Is that the best way to do it? I know. Kate?
Say it again.
It really has to do with being in a senior position. And, you know, I know there's the trajectory of getting to that position.
Yeah. So I'm a bull in a china shop. And I sort of just say and do whatever I think. And if people don't like it, okay, they don't have to. I think, how did I get here? Probably by having that kind of ballsiness, if you will, which I tell my students, you have to be ballsy if you want to succeed in this business. You've got to be willing to put yourself out there and take a stand and stick to it. And if you make a mistake, okay, what are you going to do? Fix it. So I think that's my answer, if that's right.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. How do you decide which projects to say yes to?
That's for you, man. I don't have a choice.
Well, it needs to make sense. Okay. And what do I mean by that? To make sense, it has to resonate. You know, I've got to see and feel some value in it. Yeah. Value that's just beyond me. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to really mean something, and that's a simple thing. That's not a big, huge thing. That's really simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. What about you?
I love all the projects I work on. Like, people ask me all the time, like, what's your favorite project or anything? And I have to admit that it's the project I'm working on at that time. Like, I really just dive in and like kind of lose myself into it. But about deciding which projects to do, I have to admit I love all of them. Like, I have to decide which I have time for versus or energy for versus what I want to do, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at that. I'm told I've been very poor at that in the past, but I'm getting better at that presently. I don't know if I'm answering your question.
You
but-
did. You did.
When
Do
I
you-
was a freelancer, I had that ability. I would read a script and think, I don't want to work on that. Or it would resonate with me and I'd be delighted to work on it, which makes it a lot easier. When you believe in a project, it's a lot easier to
Yes.
work on it. And it's very hard work, so you kind of have to believe in it. I don't have that option now. They give me scripts and say, we want to make this movie, and I have to figure out how to make it. Can I kill it? Well, I could, but that probably wouldn't be a really smart thing to do. So I do have to work on things that I don't really love, but what I find the love in is the process and the
Right.
puzzle solving and the crew and how to put it all together.
Yeah. Yeah. Kate, I have a question for you. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh like that. But can you share an example of when you and your team saved the day with a solution that impacted how a film turned out? If you can't say the name of it, that's fine. Just in general, can you share one of those times?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you. That's
Gotta
my
love a
husband.
prompt in the audience. Yay to Michael. Thanks, Michael.
He gets to hear me complain all the time. So one of my executives who I love and adore wanted to make a Mortal Kombat movie and had been trying for years, literally 10 years. And there were many reasons why it wasn't working out, one of which was financially. The studio didn't want to pay for the movie at what it was actually going to cost. I know that's shocking to all of you. So I figured out that if we took it to Australia and had a producer and a director who were Australian, we could get what's called the producer's offset incentive in Australia, which is 50%. So we made a $100 million movie for $50 million. That was one.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. I know everybody's like, wait, they're taking notes now. This is another master class right now.
Thank you, Michael.
Ms. Rashad, at what point did you know that Claire Huxtable was going to be iconic? Was it the first table reading? When did you know?
I didn't.
You didn't.
No, I didn't. I really didn't. I was working in soap opera at the time, and that was a step up from working in the chorus of Dreamgirls. And as actors, you have these little landmarks. Little landmarks. You're gonna get it. This is where you are right here. I'm in the chorus. Oh, maybe if I'm the understudy, I'll go on, and maybe. But you look for that first hit in television, and you think like that because you're kind of encouraged to think that way. And I asked the question of myself: Is this it? Soap opera, you do the same story every day. I said, is this all there is? Is this it? And within a couple of days after that, I learned about this audition. I said, okay. He wanted the wife to be bilingual at first. He wanted her to be bilingual. So I did have that experience. And there was a Hispanic family that lived upstairs, and one of the teenage girls was a babysitter. So I said, look, translate this for me. And my accent was pretty good, so I said, okay, now I understand that. But the whole of it was, truthfully, even in the audition, the whole of it, I'm going to just be very honest with you, the whole of it was a spiritual experience. It was. I had begun the practice of meditation, And one morning I had an experience of myself outside of my body. And I could see everything in the room. Everything. I could see myself sleeping on the bed. I could see the bed, the planks in the floor, the windows, the panes, the books on the shelf. I could see everything in 360. And everything that I saw had come from me, but I was not those things. Yeah? So when I go to when I go to the final audition, in walks this actress that I had been understudy in Dreamgirls. And I right? And darling, she was done. I mean, hair with makeup, pearls and things. And I looked at her and I thought, oh God. And then something said, drop all that. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. So all that morning, I just kept thinking of being quiet. And then you go through the readings and then you go back to your little room. The floor manager came to me and he said, follow me. And I followed him down this corridor and he opened a door and he said, here's a room where you can be quiet. So I sat in that room being quiet. And as I sat in that room being quiet, I remembered that experience. And then I started laughing out loud and talking out loud. And I hope this doesn't offend anyone, but you asked, I'm going to tell you. I said, oh God, you are so great. You are everything. You're the script and the one who wrote it, the one who produces it, the one who directs it, the one who is chosen, the one who is not chosen. None of this has anything to do with me. And in that instant, the door opened and Jay Sandrich, the director, walked in the room and he said, Phylicia, come meet your new family.
Wow. That's wonderful. I love that story.
I know it sounds unprofessional.
No, it doesn't. First of all, everybody's got their process, right? I mean, and that resonates with me more than a bunch of other processes. So thank you for sharing that. I will tell you, one of the biggest arguments I ever got into with a filmmaker was over The Cosby Show, because he said it wasn't realistic. And I said, it was like my family, because my mom was an assistant in a legal firm and my dad was a respiratory therapist. We played games. We were as wholesome and fun as they were. And he said, no, every family, every Black family is like Good Times. And I was like, so that's why I asked if you knew, when you knew that that role was iconic, because it spoke to people that had not been spoken to because they hadn't had images like that in front of them before.
I wasn't thinking that way. Honestly, I wasn't thinking that way. I was part of a team, and it was great. Part of a team, the cast and the crew and production, and it was great. And it was always about storytelling and being authentic. You know, the first instruction was the best. Don't try to be funny. Right. Just tell the story. And I mean, it was creative and it was fun. And then when other actors began to join the cast, some of whom were iconic figures, I was in the room with Danny Kaye. My God, I used to watch that. I thought, ooh, I must be somewhere. And then, I mean, this is how I was looking at it and feeling it and experiencing. I couldn't wait to get to work every day, you know? Yeah, I wasn't thinking like that. I was working with brilliant young people They were so great. Keisha at the time was so little. My God, she was 4 years old. That's what I was with. I wasn't thinking about the other. Yeah.
Ms. Rashad mentioned her mom and who she was in that space for her. Who have been your mentors in the industry?
For me, it's all the line producers that I worked with and learned so much from, and who were so generous with their knowledge and their ideas that I could soak in. And that was it for me. I mean, and I've tried to give that back. I have kids in my office all the time, and I love that. It makes me happy. So if somebody has to help, everybody has to help somebody in this business. So it's our job to give back.
Yes. Yes. What about you, Cheryl?
Well, every engineer I ever worked with, opened the doors and taught me. And I have to say, one individual is in the room right now, Rob Henniger.
Aww.
He gave me my first job in the area. And he also gave me the privilege of working with some of the best engineers I've ever worked with at that time, assisting, 10, 11, I can't remember at the time, engineers, some of whom I'm still friends with. And all along, I've been given opportunities from so many gracious individuals and teaching. And I do agree, we always have to give back. I try to always do that. And I've just been very graced with that along the way.
You mentioned giving back, and I heard from your bios, read from your bios, and know about you that you've all either taught or currently teach at colleges and universities. You're all giving back. You're all mentoring so many. How important is that to you to be able to do that?
That's everything. I would say that's some of the most significant work I've done.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
100%.
Oh, sorry. 11.
Come on, audio person. I need you to hold the mic.
I never said I did location work.
Oh, my bad.
All right. No, long before I taught in the classroom, I've always tried to mentor and try to bring people in. If somebody calls me and says, hey, can you meet with me? Can you talk to me? Can I show you? I always try to give back because that was me.
Right.
At the beginning. And also, you never know what type of thing they're going through that you can help them solve or, lead them to the next path that will lead them to what's going to help them do what they want to do in life. And I think that's really important.
And honest to God, yesterday's PA is tomorrow's producer. So you better be nice to everybody on your way up, because you're going to be working for them one day.
That's true. That's true. How similar is where you all are in your careers to what you dreamed about?
I think we're all looking at you.
Oh.
I'm asking all of you.
Why do I have to go first? It's nothing like I thought.
Really?
It's better.
It's better?
Yeah.
Aww.
It's way better. Like, I never dreamed I'd be here talking to wonderful professionals like I am and tonight. And I never dreamed that I'd get to work on some of the projects that I got to work on or have worked on or will work on. It's better. Yeah. Thank you.
Wow.
Agreed.
I didn't know I was going to be in the business, like I said, and I certainly never thought I was going to be an executive. I loved being a freelance person, and I had this little creature who came to work with me every day for the first 3 years of her life, 2.5 years of her life. And when I was doing the Austin Powers movie, I decided she should stay home, that she was getting to be, she needed to go hang out with kids and, instead of a bunch of grips and electricians. And I woke up one morning and I looked at her and I said, "Bye-bye, honey, see you tomorrow." And I thought, what the hell did I just say? And I went on set that day and I was like, my head was spinning. I really was confused about what in the world am I going to do with my life. And a guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, are you interested in a staff job?" And I said, "Yes, I am."
Wow.
And I took that job thinking I'd do it for 2 years, and 23 years later, I'm still there, and I love every day that I'm there. So.
I'll give you a moment to think about this because we're going to plant some people in the audience with microphones. So while they're doing that, my last question for you before we open it to audience questions is there a particular project that you want to be remembered for? Which one are you most proud of? I know you've got a vast repertoire, but when you think about it, when you think after you're long gone, somebody says your name, what do they say?
They're not going to remember the production people.
You know what? That's not true. It's not true. That's not true. You can tell by your video that's not true.
Right. Nobody's going to know I did those movies.
I don't agree.
You're the one they're going to remember.
Maybe that'll fade too.
Everything fades.
Everything fades. The stuff fades, So
Use your mic.
that's hard.
It is hard.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's a difficult question.
It is.
That's a very difficult question. I could say, Aunt Esther in Gem of the Ocean.
Mhm.
I could say that. Yeah, I could say that. But then, every role is a gift,
Yeah.
It's. I don't want to debase or devalue any of them by choosing one over the other. So how about this? She lived.
Yes. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Thank you all. Fantastic panel. Great questions, great answers. And Cheryl, I think you were, underselling yourself a bit about the discrimination against female mixers, of which there are 3 or something. I mean,
Actually, there's more in the audience tonight that you'll know.
good,
Yes, they're all here.
good.
All 5.
No way. Wow.
Sorry, what's your question?
No, just the ceiling that you guys have probably all encountered, But I think especially, like you said, technical people and sound mixers in particular, I think, in my career, the amount of female sound mixers I've worked with is like, 1% or something. That's all. Yeah.
When I started, it was less than 2% female mixers, and I believe I was one of the first in DC. I could be wrong, I don't know, because there was nobody to look to find out. So, but I do think that it's getting better. It's getting way better, especially on the West Coast. On the East Coast, it's still less. You just have to persevere and believe in yourself and not listen to the noise and just keep on going. And that's about it. And just try to disregard, whatever you might encounter and keep on going. Yep.
Yeah. And Kate said, be ballsy.
Be ballsy. Yeah.
Be ballsy.
And if you know me, you know that that's true.
I'd like to know your words of advice for young creatives as they forge a path under the cloud of AI.
Kate.
I look, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, but I look at all of this. I think AI is going to be a tool that's used for certain things. AI will never be able to take the heart and the humanity out of the creative work that people do. Could it do storyboards? Yeah, sure. But is it going to tell the real story of the heart of what that storyboard is supposed to be telling? No. So it may be a framework. Look, I remember when I got in this business, nobody had computers. And when computers started, everyone thought, oh my God, we're all going to lose our jobs. It made more jobs. And I suspect that in some ways, AI is going to create more jobs. And it will change things, there's no doubt. And God knows I don't know what's going to happen. I probably won't live long enough to know what's going to happen. But I do think that that humanity, heart, love, kindness, those are things that a computer can't and never will be able to generate.
Great stuff tonight. Got a quick question. So, could you share an anecdote about a particular problem that you solved on the fly, where you were really like, man, that was awesome?
God, there's so many. I mean, my whole life is nothing but solving puzzles. I mean, that's, gosh, I don't know. I had an actor who unfortunately had a psychotic break in the middle of a movie and had to be replaced, and had to get this person out of the country and to back to their family, and at the same time be worried about how to get somebody else in that role and start shooting all over again, and explain why we had to double the budget of the movie, and we did it in a weekend, which was not easy, and it took a whole lot of people to get that done. But that kind of stuff, that's an extreme example, but it's raining and the set is flooded. What do we do? There's a hurricane tomorrow. What happens? The set wasn't built when it was supposed to be, which is very unusual, but I had one designer who was pretty notorious for that. So, things like that, you're on the fly all the time.
Thank you all for your candor. I think we can all benefit from your honesty tonight. And I just wanted to ask each of you, how do you maintain your humanity in a business that can be so tough?
You guys get to go first on that one.
No, you go first.
This is how we maintain our humanity.
I don't know. I mean, I just think I'm not that person really. So I'm behind the screen. I'm moving the faders. I'm just trying to meet the deadlines and the budgets and make creative magic if I can, But I think the humanity comes with actually listening to the people you're working with and collaborating with, and understanding that not everything comes from a budget or a script, and just know that they're trying to create their vision, and you're there to create their vision as best you can, and understand they're human beings too. I think that's it. So.
Yes. Yes. Truthfully speaking, our business is all about humanity. Yeah.
You have to have a no asshole policy.
And that part. Are there mics?
You all have done so much. Is there anything that you still want to accomplish that you look forward to?
I want to retire.
Kate.
I'm just kidding.
Right. At some point, yes. Is there a project? Is there a burning project, that one that you haven't done yet that you've always wanted to do?
Yep.
Will you tell
She's
us?
not gonna tell
Will you
us.
share?
She's not going to tell us.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Yes, there's a project.
Always, every project, bring it on. I love learning new things, anything challenging technically. You know, if you say, Cheryl, can you actually do the surround mix for this? And you walk in and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's the project I want. That's the project I crave for because it challenges me.
Yeah.
I'm crazy that way. I'm just crazy. You can ask anybody. I am nuts sometimes.
I suspect all three of us are.
Yeah, I think you have to be, right?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Mimi G. I am an actor and decided to pursue a filmmaking career, and I'm making my first short film. I've had a male filmmaker mention to me to just focus on acting and don't worry about directing. With moments like that, which I'm sure all of you have encountered, what do you tell yourself in that moment to keep your head in the game?
I laugh.
Yeah. You have to ignore it. I mean, that's their problem, not yours.
Ignore the noise.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Trey Carswell. I run Monk Films Devoted Production Studios, two-time graduate at Howard University. So my question's for Kate, more so. Okay, you mentioned your creature, which you were referring to your daughter. She would come to set with you. So I have two daughters, Nia and Nora, 7 and 11 years old, and I bring them to set with me all the time. Now, your creature, did she become a filmmaker as well, being on set with you, or no?
You're going to have to give her a name,
I would
Kate.
love for my daughters to, follow my footpath.
Not. My daughter's 25 and she's figuring out what she's going to do with her life, and that is exactly what she should be doing right now. She should be trying on shoes.
I think we have time for one more question. I saw a hand back. Oh, it's on this side now. Oh, there it is.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Hey. I'm Mackenzie. Also, I'm a Howard PhD student and a filmmaker. I'm wondering, well, first of all, thank you all for your words of wisdom tonight. And I'm wondering sort of how you manage people asking things from you. All of you are very, very accomplished women. And I'm sure you get a lot of people coming to you saying like, hey, I had this really cool project, I need help. How do you manage that? Just because I know that just the sheer volume of the work that you do, you probably get a lot of asks.
I'm not allowed to accept projects, so it's fine. If it doesn't come through an agent or a lawyer and go to the studio, it never comes to me. Now, people ask me to read scripts, and I do, and I ask them if they want real feedback or if they want me to just tell them that I like their project. But I also tell them that I can't get their project made because that just is not what I do. But I do, I tell kids all the time and adults who are trying to get into this business, I don't wake up in the middle of the night and wonder what you're doing. So you do have to kind of keep in touch with people. And I don't mean like every day. I really don't. But just touch base, hey, here I am. And then when something comes up, you are top of mind for me. But again, I don't wake up every day and wonder what you're doing. Sorry.
Yeah. And you say yes to things that you want to say yes to. And if you don't want to say yes, don't say yes.
Yeah, that's good advice. I really enjoy working with emerging filmmakers, so I have a tendency to say yes when I should say no. But I enjoy the freshness, and I enjoy the ideas and the energy, and it kind of drives me to do and think things differently, and I like the freshness. So for me, that's what I do, and then I always get asked, like, why are you doing this? And so I've had to cut back a little bit on that, but I do. I really enjoy saying yes because I like doing new projects and working with different people.
You all are not just trailblazers, but you pay it forward by being mentors. And that is literally why you are Women of Vision. That is what this organization celebrates, is not just people who've done the thing and they're horrible, like you said, the no asshole policy. We don't honor them. Frankly, we don't. But people who do what you've done, who have blazed a trail, broken through a glass ceiling, and then turned around and said, how can I help others do this same thing? And for that, I thank you. And I thank you for sharing yourselves with us tonight. Please, let's give them another hand.